Welcome to 10 minutes of international current events. I'm Carl Azus, broadcasting from the CNN Center. First up, shares of Mitsubishi Motors, a car maker based in Japan, are at a record low. Why? Car companies are required to test the fuel efficiency, the gas mileage of their vehicles. And Mitsubishi recently admitted that it had cheated on its fuel economy tests, essentially saying their cars got better gas mileage than they really did, and that the company's been doing this for as long as 25 years. This includes the gas mileage for hundreds of thousands of vehicles, including some sold to the car maker Nissan. But only the Mitsubishi cars sold in Japan are believed to have the wrong gas mileage information. The company says cars sold in the U.S. and other countries were tested the right way and have accurate fuel economy measurements. The scandal has decreased Mitsubishi's market value by 50%. Other car makers, including Kia, Hyundai, and Ford, have paid a price for overstating their cars' gas mileage. Dangerous forecast last night for many parts of the U.S. Midwest. The National Weather Service said tornadoes like this one, damaging hail and destructive winds, were expected. A CNN meteorologist said a tornado outbreak was possible. And in the path of all of it, more than 3.6 million Americans. Remembering a massive, deadly tornado from 2013, 2 Oklahoma school districts shut down and some others let students out early yesterday. Nebraska, Kansas, and North Texas also had weather warnings. Forecasters say to prepare, know the safest spot to go in your home or school or business. Set up a meeting place with your family or friends in case phone service goes out. Keep a weather radio handy and set your phone to receive emergency weather alerts. All of these things can help if a tornado spins up.
Tornadoes are so powerful they can flatten homes to their foundation. They can peel asphalt right off of a highway. And it can toss around 18-wheelers like they're small toys. Tornadoes can be the most deadly and destructive weather phenomenon on Earth. In fact, about 1,000 tornadoes occur every year in the U.S. That's more than anywhere else on the planet. Some of the strongest tornadoes can pack winds of 300 miles per hour or more. It can be as small as a couple hundred yards wide, all the way to 2.5 miles wide, and their path of destruction can be a couple hundred yards or extend out 50 miles or more. When conditions are just right, you'll get warm, moist air coming in from the Gulf of Mexico. That will collide with dry, cooler air from the north. When these air masses collide, it creates a lift in the atmosphere. And when you get those winds rotating and increasing speed with height, that will create a horizontal column of air that's spinning. Then you get a downdraft from a thunderstorm, and that will pull that column of air all the way down to the ground. And then you have a tornado.
Spina bifida is a condition that occurs when the spine doesn't develop properly at birth, and as a result, it doesn't entirely cover the spinal cord. The condition can be mild or severe. Sometimes it can be corrected with surgery, sometimes it can't. Spina bifida wasn't the only obstacle that Corinne Marasco had to face growing up, but the person she became and the accomplishments she made are the reason why she's today's character study.
25 years after I first met her during my residency at the University of Michigan, Dr. Corinne Marasco is still teaching me about the wonders of the brain.
Our job is to kind of recapitulate what should have happened in nature.
Right now, Corinne is operating on the brain of this 2-year-old boy. She's training the next generation of neurosurgeons. And if that weren't impressive enough, she's doing it all from a wheelchair.
Often I think people choose careers and jobs because they want to pattern themselves after someone. I didn't know anybody that was quite like me. And as a result, I kind of chose my own path. And in some ways, that's extremely liberating.
Corinne didn't just break the mold, she shattered it. And in 2005, became the first woman chair of neurosurgery in the country.
Next time you see someone who doesn't fit the mold of what you think someone should be, think outside the box.
Dr. Sanjay Gupta, CNN, reporting.
I love you.
We can tell spring break is over. Requests are coming in by the hundreds on our roll call page. In Michigan, we're happy to have the Chiefs watching today. Sheboygan Intermediate School is in the northern city of Sheboygan. To the city of Lebanon in Northwest Oregon, we've got the Warriors. Lebanon High School is here. And for the first time on our roll call, we're shouting out the Dominican Republic. The International School of Sosua is in the town of Sosua. There's a sort of robot revolution happening in parts of Japan. Automated, computerized mechanisms replacing people in jobs. Japan has just under 127 million people. That population is shrinking and aging. Shrinking partly because of a low birth rate, aging because the life expectancy continues to go up. Will robots be an effective solution to the challenges this creates?
I can finally talk now.
Here, they're everywhere. Who, you ask? Maybe it's more of a what.
Today, current local will be rain.
Machines of all kinds. Moving beyond the fun and the trendy, many Japanese scientists say a robotics revolution is underway. Some experts predict within just a decade or two, nearly half of the jobs in Japan could be done by robots. A practical answer, perhaps, to a shrinking and aging population, with 1 in 4 Japanese over age 65. My mission is to meet these new robot citizens and figure out exactly how they fit into an evolving Japan. So, we begin here. Meet Churi, my personal robot in Japan's first hotel run mostly by robots.
Good night, rest well. Tomorrow's morning.
No, really, right from when you enter.
Welcome to Hanel Hotel. I will confirm your check-in information.
Will Ripley.
Please input your reservation name.
Got my room key? So,
The
264.
check-in process is now complete.
A robot checks you in. It's your concierge. I'm really hungry. Can you recommend a good place to get lunch?
There are many restaurants inside the park where you can enjoy a wide variety of dishes.
There's a ridiculously slow-moving robot porter.
We're really moseying along here.
Facial recognition technology lets me into my room. Machines even handle the dining experience. This all may seem a bit odd to you, but this vision of the future actually seems to work in Japan. In America, I grew up with movies like The Terminator. But here, people are used to machines, even friendly towards them. And while it's amusing to have a velociraptor at your service, is this really what all robots will eventually look like?
Hello, my name is Erica. May I ask your name?
My name is Will.
It's nice to meet you, Will. Let's learn a little about each other. To start off, where are you from?
I'm from the United States.
Ah, the United States. I'd really like to try a hamburger someday. Haha.
From human-like robots to something a little more robotic. Back in Tokyo, I made a stop at MJI, the company that created Tapia, a robot assistant for your home. It's kind of like a smartphone, but more approachable and friendly, modeled to be a companion for the elderly, especially those living alone.
Do you think robots like this will be as popular as cell phones?
Yeah.
Why?
In Japan, robot is very familiar to us. So actually, in the childhood, robot is hero. Robot is friends.
These creators are taking the first leap, innovating in a country that's continuing to test the boundaries, to push the limits between humanity and technology, and in the process, redesigning the modern city.
Ready, set, have a seat, go. That's kind of the idea behind this event in Taiwan. Well, that is some really sweet costumes. It's the Chair Racing Championships. Because why not? Some office chairs are faster than others. While many competitors had winning outfits, winning the race seemed to come down to the type of office chair and the technique of the sitter. And no one was guaranteed a victory just because they had crazy legs. For official rules and final standings, you'll have to see the champion, who's also the chairman, who may chair the board, but doesn't chair the trophy. Now, you might call that uncharitable, chairless, or unchairing, but if all he chairs about is achieving incomparable wins, his record is beyond compare. I'm Charles Zeus for CNN Student News.